What's up, super agents? AC here. I just wrapped up a meeting over at the Gold Coast School Career Fair for a bunch of upcoming agents to enter the industry. It was awesome. If you were there and you're watching this video now, go ahead and make some comments below and let me know what you thought about the event. And we did have a raffle going on for a gift card, $25 gift card, that I want to hand out to the winner for one of those subscriptions that came in. The winner is Keji Alabi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but get in touch with me so you can come and collect your prize. Now, let's get into the video. In this video, we are going to dissect the inspection clause of your FAR bar as is contract. So, without further ado, let's get it cracking. The FAR bar as is contract is easily the most commonly used contract here in South Florida and probably most of Florida altogether. There is an important part of that contract, many important parts, but the one that we're talking about is Section 12, the inspection period. If you're working with buyers, this inspection period with the right to cancel is one of your buyer's best friends. It provides them plenty of leverage. In fact, even if you're on the seller side, quite frankly, it's very beneficial to them as well. So we'll cover both of those, but first, let's talk about the benefits to the buyer side. Now, the inspection period is negotiable. It can be for any amount of time that the parties agree to. 5 days, 10 days, 12 days, whatever both sides feel comfortable with. Now, during this period, it is paramount that the buyer decides what they're going to do. So they have options. They may hire a licensed professional to come and inspect the property. They could inspect the property themselves if they feel like they're handy enough and they can evaluate it well enough to make a decision, although a professional is definitely advised or suggested, especially when you're making one of the largest investments in your life. Or they could just waive the inspection period altogether. So they have options. One of the beautiful things about this part of your contract for your buyer is it gives them leverage. All right, so let's just say that your buyer hired the licensed professional, they provided them with an inspection report, and now they see all the items that need to be addressed, whether it's making repairs on cosmetic stuff to larger ticket items such as a roof or an air condition. You can renegotiate. You can ask the seller to fix these items. You can ask the seller to give you a credit at the closing so that you can fix them afterwards and do it the way that you like. You can do whatever you want. Everything is negotiable. Of course, whatever you do agree on, it needs to be in writing. Not only does it need to be in writing, it needs to be in the form of an addendum signed by both parties, buyers and sellers. So an email will not suffice. A text message will not suffice. It's not enforceable. So if you're agreeing that the seller is going to give you a $5,000 credit towards your closing costs because you want to make some repairs afterwards, just because you talked on the phone with the listing agent or they sent you an email that they would do it, don't take their word for it. Get it signed in an addendum and make sure that you do it before the expiration of that inspection period. I say that because once the inspection period expires, there is no longer an option for the buyer to cancel the contract. Okay? So now, as far as the seller's advantage with this FAR bar as is contract, it is an as is contract. That means that the buyer can ask whatever they want, but the seller doesn't have to agree to anything because it is as is and they want it to remain as is. Okay, so if the buyer's asking for something and the seller doesn't want to do it, now the buyer makes a decision. They can either move forward as is or they can cancel the contract. So to sum it up, keep an eye on the expiration of your inspection period. Make sure that you've done your inspections, you've done your negotiations, and whatever new terms you agreed to, you do get it in writing prior to that expiration. Okay, one tip or a bit of advice that I have for you is don't ask the seller to make repairs because usually they won't make the repairs the way that you would have done it or the way that you wanted it. It's always easier or better, and this is just my opinion, to ask them to provide you a credit. So you can kind of get an estimate on what it's going to cost you to do the work, and then you just ask the seller to give you a credit after closing. Buyers can do whatever they want with it. Okay, that is it. That is all. We are wrapping up this video. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one, and make sure that you level up your game. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you like the video and you want some more content like this, try clicking right there, or try clicking right there. Or you could just go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there and do something.